Hello Reformers and welcome back to A Clash of Kings 4.1. Now when we left off we had just arrived in Essos and we'd been fighting a couple of bandit parties. Now of course these bandit parties, they're relatively important because we need that renown requirement and we are very close to getting it. So let's go in and see what we can do against these guys. Now these guys have 11. And they are Volantine skirmishers, so I'm a little bit worried about dealing with them because of course they're going to stay very close to each other and they're going to stay very far away from us. And I'm hopeful that we will be able to just charge at them, but the problem with that is that the closer you get to these guys, because as far as I'm aware they use throwing weapons, it's going to mean that we will have a pretty difficult time. I actually do they have throwing weapons? I think they do have throwing weapons. I mean, I think that skirmishers, these skirmishers in particular, will have throwing weapons. Gonna tell everyone to charge. Yeah, they have throwing weapons. Yep. This is going to be quite painful actually, because the ones of us that do not have shields are going to get absolutely murdered. So let's see if I can distract them a little bit maybe. I mean, they're gonna miss quite a lot because they're skirmishers. They're not... Oh, wow, okay. They actually did hit my shield a little bit there. Yeah, so we need to be a little bit careful. Gonna try and thrust... Ah, no, I missed. Oh, well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Oh, well. Okay, so yeah, here's what they're gonna do. This is what they're gonna do. So, not particularly happy about that, I gotta say. I guess I just have to get into their personal space and see what I can do, but... It's really not going to work out too well if I am the one that has to kill everything all the time. I mean, is it? It's not really going to work out very well. Come on, yep, kill him. Okay. Oh no, this guy's getting me low. He's getting me low, and they're going to continue just moving back all the time, which is very irritating. Hopefully, they're going to be a bit scared of me, so they're going to decide, hey, you know what? Maybe it's best that we just go into melee against these guys. Hilariously enough, this weapon that they're using apparently is having a bit of a bonus against shields, because it was able to destroy my shield pretty easily. But there you go. We were able to win, but at what cost? The cost of basically everyone. I don't even know. How many did we lose? Oh, we only lost one, but it just so happens to be the one guy that I could rely on in this entire party, with the exception of perhaps Fenna, because she seems to get a kill in every single battle, which is really good. Anyway, this guy did manage to survive through that incredible Rambo moment that I had in a previous episode, and now he's dead. Kind of sad about that, actually. Anyway, guess I'm going to just take that to sell. And basically what I've been doing is just waiting at Myr and seeing if I can maybe pick up some additional mercenaries from the tavern. And I was able to get some sellswords, as you can see here. I was able to... Wait a minute, where are they? Did they die, or did I get this guy? I think I may have gotten this guy, I think that was the case. Anyway, I'm going to level up that Westerlander man-at-arms, I suppose. And yeah, there was actually a sellsword in here, but this guy just says, make your preparations, we'll be moving at dawn, etc, etc. So obviously that's not going to help us out too much, is it? Ah, well, anyway, yes. Hopefully I'll be able to get that renown value sooner rather than later. Alright, so I thought to myself, hey, okay, considering the renown cost for recruiting soldiers and noble units and all that sort of thing in towns, and probably in castles as well, in Westeros is, I think a restriction of, what is it now, 250 or 275 or something along those lines? Yeah, that amount of renown to be able to recruit noble units and things like that. So you would assume that maybe the villages in Essos are also going to be a little bit less. So I've been going to a bunch of the villages surrounding Myr, but it doesn't seem like any of the quote-unquote slave soldiers want to join us at the moment. Which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? Yes, it is a bit of a shame. Otherwise, we do have this to do. So I'm going to be attacking these bandits and hopefully purging the village of, you know, the filth that has been eating at the core of our great society. That's also a reference. Yep, another reference. All the references. No. I'm not going to get killed, thank you very much. Or am I? Wouldn't it be amusing if I get killed against regular bandits when I've been fighting all these sellswords and elites and all that sort of thing, and I get killed by literal bandits? Like, really, they are called bandits. You would think that I'd be able to live against these. Are you... Oh, I can't even believe it. I don't even know what to say to that. I have no excuse. Literally no excuse. I guess the only excuse that I could use is the fact that it's dark, and I absolutely hate fighting in the dark because I find it very difficult to see. And I'm in a pretty well-lit room at the moment, so obviously, considering I have a dark screen, yeah, that's the excuse. There we go. That's the reason. No, I'm just kidding. There's no excuse for that at all. But anyway, it seems like most of the bandits have been eliminated, and some of them are actually attempting to run away, which is good. Very good, in actual fact. Okay, come on. Come on, my companions. My companions have to get some experience. Oh, it seems like... Okay. This is a very weird situation here. They're fighting each other against the fence. Very strange. Do you see this guy? He's got red eyes. Does he have red eyes? Is he the Terminator? Do you see that? That's crazy. Does he have red eyes, or is that just blood? I think that might just be blood, but that's rather amusing, I have to say, because he does look like the Terminator, which is crazy. Okay, well, there you go. That's nice. We're done, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of honor as well for this. Ah, nice. We also get some renown. I wasn't expecting renown, actually, but that's cool anyway. And yeah, I was able to get 2 kills. Are you serious? Really? Ugh. I really should have done a lot better than that, but oh well, never mind. Okay, look at that. There are no slaves for sale here. Very strange. But we did get level 9, so I suppose that's pretty decent. Gonna go for another point in agility here, and we're gonna go for... I think another point in shield at the moment. I think our weapon master is pretty decent as it is, and I'm gonna go for another point in that relatively soon. Next level, I guess. And I still haven't been able to recruit any further people. I'm actually really kind of a bit weirded out by that, because you would think, considering this is 200, that the Essos villages would also be a little bit less in terms of renown requirement. I don't actually know whether that is indeed the case, because as I say, I have been unable to find out whether that is viable. That it just says, there are no slaves here, so I can only assume that that is probably the case, and we just don't have enough renown. But surely it would say, you need renown for this, right? So surely we are able to recruit. Aha! We are able to recruit. Aha! Excellent. Oh yes, you can just imagine Montgomery Burns just going, excellent, you know, when I say that. Oh wow, these are extremely expensive. These are very, very expensive units. But on the flip side, thankfully, we have finally gotten some units. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, fantastic. Now we can actually start doing battles against people that are a lot larger than we are, and maybe coming out with a win. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to continue increasing Martin's power strike, and I'm going to start giving him some agility as well. I want him to have a strength-agility ratio of only 3 difference. So if he has 18 strength, I want him to have 15 agility. If he has 21 strength, I want him to have 18 agility, and so on and so forth. So he can be a really, really fast, really hard-hitting companion, and hopefully that's going to work out quite nicely. Otherwise, we have this fellow. Now, I'm not entirely sure what to do with him, because he has 3 in Weapon Master. I mean, I could technically make him into our Pathfinder, because I don't necessarily want to be our Pathfinder, because I get killed quite often. So, I don't know, maybe it would be a good idea for me to just get him into a suitable combat scenario situation, so that he can actually kill things by himself, and then maybe we can think about improving his pathfinding skill. Alright, so here's where things might get serious. Yeah, Rhoynar bandits. Now there's a bunch of them. We have 28, so do bear that in mind, but these guys have primarily archers. They were too fast for me. I was attempting to escape from them actually, but they were just too fast and they caught me up in no time. So because they have those archers, I am very, very worried about this. And as you can see, we are only getting a renown value of 5. But now that we have the opportunity to recruit units, well, shall we say slave soldiers from the various surrounding villages, it is not too important, I suppose, any further to get 75 renown. But, you know, that's just going to happen anyway. It's not really a massive priority any further because we're able to get a rudimentary army ready, and that will enable us, hopefully, to qualify for a mercenary, shall we say, partnership, contract, whatever, with the Westerlands, and hopefully we'll then be able to participate in a couple of bigger battles, and those bigger battles will result in us getting much more experience, much more renown, hopefully, and a little bit more in the way of gear and things like that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get to a hill here so that we can just charge our units straight on in, because these guys, they're archers. They're mostly archers, so they're going to do a lot of damage if we allow them to do so. And me saying that is just hilarious, because we're allowing this Roynar bandit with his huge two-handed sword or whatever to do massive damage to us. Thankfully though, I was going to say thankfully that they're actually dying pretty easily, but no, it seems like this guy in particular, the Roynar bandits, have huge two-handed swords. I am extremely surprised about that, but anyway, yes, thankfully it seems like they're not exactly good at what they do. They seem to have a pretty low power draw skill or whatever the case may be, because we won pretty easily. And I'm surprised about that. I am surprised about that, because you would think that such a large amount of these guys would probably be really, really difficult to take out. But it seems like, no, they're actually not. Anyway, we did lose 4 of our 9 casualties, which is a real shame, especially that Westerlander man-at-arms. That took quite a while to level up, but oh well, never mind. I suppose onwards and upwards. Haha, yes. Onwards and upwards, as you know, in terms of them going to heaven or wherever they may be right now. Anyway, let's see what we can do with Alan here. He has advanced in level pretty fast, which I'm very happy about, actually. Anyway, how much do we have here? We do have some extra gear to give people, so I guess, who am I going to give that to? I guess Brynden, because at the moment he's wearing, oh no, a light robe is actually pretty decent for him. It's actually okay. He's wearing some pretty decent gear, so maybe I should just give this to Fenner or something. What is she wearing? Actually, pretty nice. Pretty nice weapon. She's got... I think the weapon is... I don't know. I mean, that's 30 cutting damage. I mean, I think she's fine with that. I think she's okay with that. And we're just going to need to give someone else something better. Who could use something better? Maron? Yeah, he could use something better, so we're going to give him that Ragged Gambeson right there, and I suppose Gurnier could use something better as well. Yes, there you go, he can use the Tattered Fur Armor. Is he wearing... we don't have any better boots for him. They all come with gloves, which is actually pretty nice. So I'm rather happy about that. Anyway, there you go. We did level up a couple of our Meerman, whatever, soldiers, so that's pretty cool. And there are another bunch of sellsword marauders right there. What do they have in their army? They have quite a few crossbowmen. They do have a slaver spearman, and they do have some outlaw horsemen. So that might be a bit too difficult for us at the moment. But anyway, let's just see if we can travel back to Myr and see if we can sell safely. There we go. Okay, nice. Okay, so that's all I asked. Thank you very much. Now, what I would love to do is, unfortunately, we are spending quite a lot of money at the moment, and our weekly cost is only going to go up now. So basically, my first thing that I would very much like to dedicate myself to now is gaining money. And what's the best way to gain money at the moment? Well, the best way to gain money is, of course, to go to salt pans and buy salt, and otherwise it is to take prisoners. Now, because I have no prisoner management at the moment, taking prisoners is not really a good way to go. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to try and find a tournament. I think a tournament is probably going to be a good way to go about things. So I'm going to go into the... Not into the tavern, thank you for... Oh, I wanted to go into the arena, but apparently that's closed at the moment. Probably because it's night time, so I'm going to wait until the next day. Maybe we'll be able to get into the arena and ask where the next tournament is going to be held. I'd very much like to find out. Hello, Tournament Master. Yes. Okay, so, yeah, no, yeah, is there a war? Yes, okay, and I'm gonna give my bruises time to heal, thank you very much. Alright, so, okay, do I seriously have to partake in this? Oh, okay, apparently I have to partake in this. I'll use my own weapons. Does that mean everyone can use their own weapons? Well, I'm a bit worried about that now. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be fine, right? I mean, I'm pretty decent. He says as he gets hit, yeah. Pretty decent. Yeah, let me just get hit all the time. That's gonna be the way it goes. Oh, nice. This guy doesn't have a shield, so this is gonna be quite easy, I suppose. Yes, there we go. And a nice thrust. Oh, yes, there we go. Oh, yeah, the arming sword is absolutely fantastic. I mean, just look at the reach on it. The reach is crazy, crazy good. And obviously the swinging damage and the piercing damage is nothing to sniff at either. So, in actual fact, I don't really care about losing this, to be honest. I'm actually fine with just dying right now, so I'm gonna start making mistakes and, you know, I don't really care too much about dying here. I'd like to just find out where the next tournament is going to be held, to be honest. So, yeah, I could have gone on for a lot longer, but it's not really necessary in my opinion. And the reward is lackluster. So, let's have a look. King's Landing. Oh, fantastic. It's also at Soloris, so I might go to Soloris because that's probably going to be the easiest one to win for us at the moment. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.